coming to us live from Indianapolis. Dana Scott, the director of the library over in Marion County, the Yellville Library, she's on a special trip right now getting some work done for the library. Dana, how are things going over there?
Things are going great. The library is very excited to have sent me to Gen Con this year. So today is Trade Day. And what Trade Day is for Gen Con are people who are retailers, librarians, that's me, educators like teachers, and people in the trade, maybe people who make games or, they create their own games and publish games. So they come on Trade Day to interact with other people in the trade and take training sessions throughout the day, which I just happened to be on break and found that you needed to talk to me. So I hopped on the phone and we're trying to get through this. Gen Con is the biggest gaming convention, at least in the United States, if not the world, and it is absolutely amazing to be here. And what we do here when I come to this is I get those connections with publishers, game makers, game designers, and other, again, people in the trade. And we work together to get games in the hands of people who normally are not able to get those games. So like at the library, not everybody has a game store in their town, and you can't always afford those $50 and $60 games. So I try to make those connections where I can get library games and maybe even be able to sell them at a discount for the community. And so I work with people that I meet here at Gen Con to do that. At the Marion County Library, we have about 200 plus games, cards, and dice and board games that are available for checkout. Plus, we also have games set aside just for our programs in the library themselves. I've talked about this before, Sammy, that we have a big group of teens that come to the library and they play Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons and all of that. Well, I'm going to be doing some training sessions today and tomorrow that are all about Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games and trying to get more in tune with that. And I'm just really excited to see what's out there and what we can get going and how I can teach these games to the community and get those games to the hands of the community so they can check them out. So I'm pretty excited about being here, and I'm just really thankful that Marion County Library is able to send me to this. So I gained so much being here.
Wanted to talk to you a little bit about how important, because people hear library and they just think books and magazines and newspapers. For a lot of people that don't do a lot of games, they obviously need to get into gaming, but it's been proven to very helpful with the mind and cognitive abilities.
It is, and that was one of the sessions that I just took was about mental wellness and how doing self-care by actually playing games and getting yourself away from the hardships that you're going through, just to sit down and maybe develop a gaming program with either your community, your family, putting those cell phones down and just sitting down and playing a board game or a card game. It takes maybe 15 minutes out of your day just to get away from that stress. And so that was just one of the sessions that I took today. And I actually met with a company already today where they have games that are for people with dementia. Because with dementia, you can't follow rules. They don't stick with the rules when you're farther along. You still want to be a part of maybe your spouse or your family, but maybe you're not, the cognitive is not there. So this group has actually come out with a game that is basically forget the rules, here's how you play. Leading the people that are having that cognitive issue, being able to just let them play games how they want to play games. Here's the card. What do we want to do? Let's make up our own rules. Let's have this little story time with the cards. It was really neat talking to them with their personal experience and how they turned that sad, terrible experience into something that can be great to the world with these games that they have.
Danny, I think we're going to have to start referring to you as the cutting-edge librarian, bringing all this cool stuff back to Marion County. I know school's going to be coming back in a couple weeks. You're going to be probably busier than ever. Tell us about some of the events going on locally.
Tuesdays, we have our all-day gaming sessions, virtual gaming. And on Wednesdays, we have grannies who game. You don't have to be a granny to come or even play. And then we have loom knitting on Wednesdays as well. And then we have once a month, we have the Bite into Books. So we really chew up those books. And then we also have our monthly game night. So those are our big things that happen throughout the whole month. I just want to give a shout out to the community for having just the greatest support for our library. It is the teeny tiny little mighty library that could, and we're just awesome because of the community. It's not just because of us, it's because of the community. And we're just so thankful to be a part of this community. It's amazing.
Well, Dana, and I think everyone in Marion County is grateful to you for taking the effort to go out there to Indianapolis and make sure Marion County is on the cutting edge of education. I hope you have a great rest of your trip, okay?
Great talking to you today. Thank you.
You've been listening to Talk of the Town, proudly brought to you every weekday by the Ozarks team of Century 21 Lee Mack Realty.